All right, where am I? I am in the back. I'm on the back nine in the conference clash tournament. I'm in the weekend round in the rookie division, and I have no idea what's up at the top. But I got to think that it's got to be minus 32. At least minus 30. I mean, I would use this as the baseline. Anything minus 30 plus, then you're starting to talk about getting up into the group. And so you really want to shoot a minus 15 on a side. And I came in with a minus 14. Not good. So I have a ton of work to do on the back. And here's the thing. I didn't hit any of these shots perfect. So in one of those holes, I brought out a precision ball. On this hole, I've made every single time I've hit it perfect, it's gone in the hole. It was right there. All you got to do is hit it perfect. I think, no, that's not the one I brought the precision ball on. But one of them, I did bring a precision ball and still couldn't hit it. Still couldn't hit it perfect. That's how bad the front nine went. So I have a bunch of work to do here. All right. Let's get started on hole number 10. Now, what I've been doing on this hole, I'm sitting here thinking about it. What I've been doing, you see, let me get my grid up. Let's get it all going. What I have been doing is bringing out a power 3 ball and putting some of the wind back on it so that I can get into this area. I'm really interested in hitting into this longer arm as opposed to hitting here. Get a little bit more depth here. So I want to start off like dead center in the middle of it so that, you know, even if I make a bad pull or hit a great to the left or the right, I'm still in this area. And then try and get over. I've been leaving myself right here, and I've got a little teeny bit of a chip to do. I did miss this chip in the opening round. I hit it one ring great. I think it was one ring great to the left, and it missed the cup. So like this is a marginal area. I would kind of like to make it a little easier on myself and get a little closer, but getting over here is the goal. But I think in this round I'm going to bring out a power 5 ball just so that I can start right here. And I don't have to put the wind back on, and I can get the shot set up a little bit better to try and get myself. I would like to be like right here. I don't need to be on the green, but I would like to be at least a little closer. At least a little. At least a little. So I'm going to bring that bag, and I'm going to bring that ball. Let me get my calculator going. I've been doing a 10% on the drive, and this club hits 1.2 per ring. Here we go. All right, deep breaths. All right, here we go. Let's get it done. I shot a 17 in the qualifying round, so it's possible. And I didn't have 8 in my bag at the I was still working on hole number 8, and I got that hole. I got it dialed in if I could just hit it perfect. I got it dialed in. All right, let's see who goes first. Nano goes first. You can see you can just barely get there. I mean, you can put just, with the way the wind's going right here, you have to do a little bit of overpower. That should be 2.5 rings. That's 2.5 rings. The problem with putting that much curl on it, that doesn't look like a lot of curl, but watch where their bounces come through and how close they are to the sand. Now, unfortunately, they didn't hit it perfect, but as it comes bleeding through this rough right here, it can get dangerously close to that sand. Danger, danger, Will Robinson. On the green, that will work. Perfecto. Good job, my friend. 3.2, 2.93 rings. 2.93 rings. And let's get squared up with the wind. That would probably be helpful. A little bit of curl. Hitting it perfect. Let's see if we can get a run. Perfect. Perfect. That's about half the length of the chip I've been doing, so anything closer is better. Ooh, yeah, this hole right here, it breaks off the cup. There's some little moguls right there, and I think if they would have had their speed just a little teeny bit faster, that might have blown off the hole. That was a lot closer than it might have looked. Hitting it perfect. In the hole. Woo! Okay, we can't get too excited. Calm down. Curb your enthusiasm. Can't get too excited. We have to get that hole. All right. Which way is the wind blowing on this hole? All right. I'm bringing my #1 bag and a katana. Let me go look at it. I got this hole mixed up earlier. I'm looking at that little teeny picture, but let's go look at the big one. I got this mixed up with on the front side. I got this mixed up with the last par 3. All right. 0.15 times the wind divided by 1 backspin. All right, deep breath, play. 1 backspin. I've been doing 10%, and it's 10% round up or 10% plus 0.1. But in the weekend round, I'm doing a 15. I practiced this hole on the front and did a 15 and was able to make it. And then, of course, in the round, I didn't hit it perfect and didn't make it. Dagnabbit. I wasted my perfect practicing. You only get a limited supply. At least I do. Power 0. And that's really, other than the fact that it's got precision on there, that's really kind of a waste of a ball. That ball's got some great stats. I can think of a bunch of holes that, like, you need to have that ball. But on this hole, man, especially since we're not doing any spin, precision's the game, though. And it did not help them on trajectory. .494. 1 backspin. Maybe 2 rings off. .494. There's 494. Exactly. Oh, fuck. I knew as soon as I looked up that I was on, my timing was wrong and I should have held off. But no. That's a great hole right there, too. Damn it. Dang it. Need to start off with a bang, and that is not starting off with a bang. This next hole, I think I've hit 1 shot perfect into this hole all week in all of my accounts. So I have no idea. Usually, you know, you start hitting some shots and you're off, and then you can go back and watch your own video and see what you did, or you can if you're paying attention at the time, you can start to make adjustments and tighten it up as the week goes along. But it's hard to tighten it up as the week goes along and get better and better at the hole if you don't hit any shots perfect. And that is exactly where I'm at on this hole, and I like this hole. I like it a lot. I'm taking that bag and that ball, and we are going to get up there. All right, 1.1. I think I can just use the wind. I probably won't even take the wind out. I'll just work with it. I'll eyeball it since we've got pure tailwind. U.S. Marine Corps retired. Thanks for your service. I'm Army. I'm gonna give myself 2.5 rings over there. Two rings great to the left, and if anything, I'm going to end up missing, and it's going to end up shooting by about 1 billion miles an hour. And I got lucky and rolled it up. Look at that. Look at that. Blind squirrel finds a nut. The force is with me. I am one with the force. See if my opponent can get up there 10 times. Trying to see what my notes are. It was 15 to 20% on the front. I did not pull it enough. Let's see. Rapier. Max Rapier. Like one backspin. Three divided by 1.1. 3.2 rings. There's 3. 2. Oh, Jesus. Hey, man. Whoa. Woo! I guess the force is with me. I was in my wedge. That's the only reason that worked, is because if it would have been in my in any other club, it's so, I mean, the difference between a great and a perfect is so close right there. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Does that mean I over pulled it? I usually play my rapier at 1.2 per ring, but I'm seeing if how the 1.1 feels, and I'm not sure I like it. I played it at 1.2 at max and 2.4 at mid forever, but per the chart, per Golf Clash Notebook, it should be 1.1 and 2.3. So I'm trying those out, and I'm not sure, but I will take that drop. And I added on 17% there, 17.5. It was somewhere between, I thought it was somewhere between 15 and 20% that I needed to add on, so I split the difference. You're capable of doing that if you use a calculator. If you're using the app, you're at 15 or 20. All right. We got something to drop. Hole number 13. What is hole number 13? My notes say sniper. Okay. Which way is the wind blowing here? Which way is the wind blowing? Now here's the deal, is it's possible to overpull this, or having to do a bigger pull, and if you don't pull enough, you end up in the sand. And what have I been doing? I've been doing a sniper and a Titan. You take a Kingmaker just to cut the wind down just a titch. Just a titch. And let's practice this hole once. Let's practice at one time. I've been doing, all week long, I've been doing a 10% on this. Is this right? Let me back up here. You know, that is funny. That is hilariously funny. I just said that I was looking at hole number 3 and that I had a 15 to 20, and that wasn't hole number 3. I read my notes wrong, and that's what I have on hole number 4. So on the front, it took a 15 to a 20 to get in. Let's try it. All right, let's take my advice on that. 15 to 20 on the front. Max club, 2 1/4 backspin. Let's see if I have enough room against the red line to work out the wind. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, 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 oh. Whew. All right, let's practice it. Practice, practice, practice. I wish they had that flashing in red letters. Practice, practice, practice. If I can get an opponent. Jack. Hack attack. Jack goes first. What in the hell are you doing? What was that? Did you really come in and practice that with a special ball and just take it? No, didn't adjust for the wind, didn't do nothing, and got. I am just amazed. Really? Is that what the hell just happened right there? 3.7. Let's get back so I can see my spin. Two and a sliver. 4.34 rings. There's 434. Hitting it perfect. Nice. I will say that it did push me back. It seems like I overpulled it there, but if you look where I hit in the I was set up in the second cut of the rough, and I hit in the first cut of the rough. I'm just trying to think here. How do you fix that? Let's think about, let me look at that. I mean, how do I fix that? I'm going straight, the wind's going this way. And the wind was 3.7. Here's max club, so I'm not too far from max. I might be actually eking mid. I started off in the second cut of the rough. Here's the second, and here's the first cut. Not much of a first cut of the rough. I overpulled it. I was on this side, which means that I should have been like over here in the second cut of the rough, but I actually hit in the first cut of the rough. So it's like it pushed me back, and I overpulled it at the same time. How do you fix that? That's a good question. But I feel like if I didn't pull it as much as I did, I would have been in some shit. I would have been in the sand. That is grim. That is grim. All right, let me think long and hard here. What do I have for power? For power threes. Power three. It's the lowest win one I got, which is one of these. We don't need the spin. And I do feel like I over pulled the hell out of that, but that is a dilemma. I'm going to practice it one more time. Jeez. But I am going to switch that ball up. No, let's continue. I'm going to practice that one more time. I've had a lot of success on this hole this week, and I need to maximize every opportunity. I'm not sure I can get it worked out, but let's practice it one more time. I'm running out of the best opportunities to pick up shots, and this is a great opportunity. I don't know that I would have ever said that at the beginning of the week, but I have been having some success with that rough bump. It seems like this hole is one of those ones that they've gone in there and every day, every round, the variable is changed. Like it's not a consistent deal. Do 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 do. Okay, this is what I've been doing. I've been doing a 10%. Max club. And I'm starting off right where my opponent was, right there in that second cut of the rough, and getting pushed back into the... I'm going to do a 10%, and I'm going to push up a half a ring. And they hit. They did. They got theirs where they wanted. Yeah, that's what happens when you're... I'm not a fan of using the hill to try and get me back to the deal. Swap out the ball for a Kingmaker. And it's a 3.2. 3.52. Two and a sliver of backspin. $3.52. I'm going to try it right there. That's what I've been doing. Hitting it perfect. And see if it pushed it back from there. And it did. That was better on track though. That was definitely on the deal. Okay. Okay. But it did clip. It did push it back a little. But that 10% track is definitely going towards the cup. All right, I am ready. Let's play it. Let's get her in the hole. Get her done, 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 done. Dun 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 dun. All right, here we roll. Getting out on the course. Let's make a hole in one. But of course, if I can get an opponent, if I can get an opponent. It's a big if, a big IF. 2.4, and it is a sliver. And I'm going to get a little closer in the front here. It's 2.64 rings. There's 2, 6, 4, exactly. Oh, jeez. My timing blows today. Blows. You go out there and practice it, and then when the shot really counts, you don't hit it perfect. You can do all the setup, you can make all the right adjustments, you can do all the stuff, and if you don't hit it perfect, it all boils down to hitting it perfect or not. And I am not on my perfect game today. I think if I went back and watched the video from the front, I don't even know. I hit some putts perfect. And my opponent's got just as good a chance as me, just throwing it out there. They talk about racetrack holes. I don't think they were far enough to the right for it to drop. Do-do-do. In the hole. In the hole. Go home, ball. Go home. Alright, what is the next hole? I didn't hit it perfect on the front, of course. In this hole, I think I've only hit one shot into the cup this week perfect that didn't go in. Every other shot that's been perfect has gone right into the hole. Yep, that is the hole. And I'm taking that bag. And I'm taking a Kingmaker. Heartbreaker. Times the wind divided by 1.2. Alright, come on. Let's hit perfect. Let's hit a perfect and make this in the hole. This is a hole that's on our low-hanging fruit list. And I just need to hit it perfect. I mean, how hard is that? This is the hole on the front. I think I brought a precision ball in this hole, and I didn't hit it perfect. I only had one of those? Is that the deal? I think I might have only had one. I think that is the deal. I only had one of those balls, so I used it on the front. Precision. Nope. Got none. Got none. Alright, we'll just play it with what we got. I can hit it perfect. I think I've done it once before. I almost got screwed on the front because I was over there behind those signs, and if I'd have been a few inches farther, I had like maybe a foot or two in front of me. In the real world, I had a couple feet in front of me, and played Emic, I had like 2 yards, which is 6 feet. I really need to get my wife into this game so that she'd have a better understanding of measurements. Looks like a yard to me. Now, it just seems to me like that position right there, the wind's not blowing that direction. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. Great. Excellent. It's super easy to overshoot that. Super easy. Two and a half rings off. .5, 3.2 rings. There's the 2. There's the 3. A little bit of curl just for flavor. Perfect. I put way too much curl on the front, and that's why I ended up behind those signs. I don't mind clipping the rough right there. That'll put me like mid short iron. That'll be fine. I've got numbers for my short iron for every distance. If it's max, 3/4, half, quarter, min. That should be 2.5 rings. It's hard to tell from where they were at. I looked close. Hit it perfect. They can hit perfect. The question is, can I hit perfect? Because that is in the hole. That is in the hole. Doo-doo-doo. 2.7. Where am I at? Where am I? There's min. There's max. There's mid. I am at mid club, which is 2.3 per ring divided by 2.3. 2.3 rings. Couple backspin. Let's get right at it. .3 rings. Two, 3. Oh, man, I thought that was perfect when it went out. Jeez. Jeez! That is right there. It's going to be one of those days where you just can't. This is the whole deal. I peaked in the qualifying round, I think. I was just not today. All right, let's get an Albie right here, and let's get an Albie and be one of the few people all week that got an Albie on this hole. That wind works for us. I'm taking the big boys on this adventure. That bag right there. Here we go. If I can get an opponent. Want to get down into the 460 range, 480 range? I think maybe 480. Monkey Boy goes first. The 1.5 mile wide fairway. That's okay. I hit it good on the front like that, just like that, dude. And I'd given myself even more room, and I was still a mile away from ending up in the rough. So this fairway is a mile wide. And actually, being over on that side, you have a pretty good run at the cup. That won't be a bad spot. .3, 3 rings. Let's put the forward wind back on. Not much, but a little. Hitting it perfect. See if we can get to 480. 460, 456. I think I was at 456 on the front. And it might have been 460 I was thinking of instead of 480, so that's right in the range. I was in my odd account playing in pro, and I brought a berserker, and we had like a 7 mile an hour tailwind, and with the wind was able to get not into the sand, all the way to the end of the fairway. I was still in the fairway, but it was down there. 3.8 divided by 1.3. 321. .21 rings. Here's the 2-1. And there's the 3. And a great just for extra added measure. Little bit of roll. You have to get really aggressive to go right at the cup. It's possible. I mean, and from where my distance that I had there, it's definitely you definitely got a shot if you wanted to get really aggressive of taking it right to the cup. As bad as my round is, I can't afford to lose. I can't afford to not get the eagle on this hole. So because it's brutal. And my opponent almost got an eagle. I think their second shot was a little, not a good setup, but they almost got the eagle with a freaking quasar. So it can be done. I've got many eagles on this hole with a marlin. The max overpower hook shot in a marlin, you can get way down in there and at least give yourself a look at it. All right, we passed both of our midterms. That doesn't mean we're going to do well in our class, but at least we didn't fail the midterms. Hole number 16. What is hole number 16? APOC. I have, what hole is this? Yeah. Okay. My notes are becoming clear now. It's like, what the hell are my notes saying? My notes say APOC 3 to 5. 0% on the drive. Usually when I just write that, it's like a par 3 or something. But no, I get it. It's clear. And what am I going to get this done with? I'm going to get this done with a berserker. This is a shot you got to hit perfect. That's just, if I hit it great to the left, I'm in the trees. If I hit it great to the right, I miss the rough. You got to hit it perfect. I mean, there's just no two ways around it. And I've been doing +0 on the drive, so whatever the wind is divided by 1.2. Had a good week all week until the weekend round. That's pathetic. Pathetic. Do. 4.7 divided by 1.2. 391. And I hit a great. Of course I did. Why wouldn't you? What's funny is I'm in the shrubs. And I remember the very first time I ever hit in the shrubs. And I remember what hole it is. I couldn't tell you what hole it is, but if we ever see that hole again, I know it instantly. And I thought to myself, man, I'm screwed. How do you get out of the shrubs in this game? And then the shrubs were invisible. I mean, they were visible, but they weren't in play. You could see them, but they weren't in play. Close. Very close. This is the first hole. This is the first part where I ever hit a hole-in-one on, so I know exactly what that looks like. Hitting it perfect. Woo! In the hole. Jeez. Can't believe I actually picked one up. And I was trying to hedge my bet a little bit right there, but I tried to pull it back so that my ball guide wasn't so far through the cup because it looked like I would be going too fast. And the ball guide disappeared. That's never a good sign. And I'm actually kind of lucky it went in as fast as it was going. Good game. Good game, my man. Good game. All right, we got this hole. Which way is the wind blowing? All right. I'm doing 1.3 times the wind. And I've been using a navigator. Power. So I've been using a 1 power. Only got one of those left. And I hate to waste a 5 side spin 5 wind ball on a shit like this. And the wind, I'm not sure. Got nothing. Got nothing. I'm gonna bring one of those. I remember the first time we played these holes in a tournament. It seemed like the rabbit balls came out at that time. Very similar. Okay, what am I doing here? Doing 30% times the wind divided by 0.9 per ring minus 0.1. Now, let's see if I can hit this perfect. 2 backspin, no side spin. 2 rings off. The Milano. All right. Deep breath. Let's hit it perfect. Let's at least finish with something. 3.8 rings. 2 backspin. Backspin. It's like, what the hell's the deal? Now I get it. 3.8 rings. There's 3/8. Hitting it perfect. Wow! I hit a tee shot perfect. That doesn't mean anything, but I did hit it perfect. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. I pulled that wrong. I probably overpulled it right there. I obviously overpulled it, but I mean, when I pulled it the way I set it up, I should have started off, instead of working towards the center, I should have started off on the edge of my clear ring, between the clear and the white ring, and moved it so that I could be more precise. The 7.5 I usually don't have a problem with, because you can zoom way in on it, but when you're on these holes where you're way out, you can't zoom in on it. It's better to not involve the center. Damn it. If I had my D&D character here, I could have got that to go in. Could have did a little telekinetic on it. All right. I'm going to have to get... I'm going to have to get an Albie just to break the 30. Now, that's possible. That's exactly what I had to do in the opening round. I was at the same deal, and I got an Albie in just to get myself to 30. But you can tell, like, where I'm at right here. There's... You know that there's plus 30s at the top. So, like, if I can get a 30, I might be able to break into the top 10. But it is grim. All right, we did this on the front. Which way's the wind blowing? That wind works. That wind works for us. And I'm taking this bag. I'm not planning on using my wood and my long iron, but I want those just in case, because if I do end up in those, I can do a rough one. And I've been doing 10% on both shots. 10% times the wind divided by 1.2. Play. And I've been coming in on its final run. I've been close to the, like, riding along parallel with the rough on the left-hand side, and it's been pretty close. I mean, as it tails off, it gets closer and closer towards the end. Still a little bit of ways from it, but with this wind, which isn't too bad. All right, 2-1. .1 rings. Let's make sure I put the spin on this, which I didn't. Whew, I'm glad I checked that. And I got it all. That is perfect. Now it's all about whether it tails off and it rides along that edge. I moved it out. I wasn't sure how the pure tailwind was, if it would push it forward a little, so I moved it. I set my shot up a little bit more to the right so it would come down like it did. That works fine for me. I've only seen one person this week make this and actually be in a great spot. Everybody else is. This is not. And with that much curl on it, if you make it out, you're going to be behind the trees. And especially with the good eye, they're going to be lucky if they don't clip the rough right here. They did. They are totally screwed. You better hope I make this, bro. And I have. I think I've made this in every account that I have this week. There's men. There's Max. There's men. I'm at Men Club. 3.2 divided by 3.5. One ring. One ring. One ring to bind them. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Get in. Get in. It's got the look. Woo! Look at that. Now, I'm not saying that this... I did pick up some extra... I did pick up 2 extra shots on the back to get myself to a 30, but... Geez. All of those missed shots and that close right on the edge and all that crap, I mean... This could have easily been a much bigger round. I feel lucky that I got to minus 30, but holy crap, this round could have went a whole lot better. And minus 30 is not going to get me diddly squat up at the top. Just like to get into the top 10 so I could get some berserkers back. Since I had to use so many berserkers this week. All right. That's as good as it gets. I did back my 30 up in the qualifying, and I did the same thing in the opening round. I shot a 14 on the front, and I turned around and shot a 16 on the back, and had to save myself in order to get to 30. So, we'll see. We'll see. I'm thinking 8th. I'm gonna be optimistic and say 8th place. 8th place. Look at that. Top of the 30s. Yeah. Had to pick up at least 2 extra shot, 2 on top of that. The person at the top's got to be more than 32. I really like looking at this course at the beginning of the week and just looking at the holes that I thought that I had a serious opportunity on. Every freaking hole except for hole number 6. So that's 8. And so like, you know, that's 8 on top of the 12, that's 20. So, I mean, you know, 40, but like saying 38 would be like an awesome round. Like that's where we're shooting. And I'm going to say the person at the top's got a 34. Wow, they're just a 33, but look at that. You had to be better, and better than a 32. That's the thing. That's just where the week was. You could have a great round. And hell, 5, how many shots did I not hit perfect going into the cup, especially on the par 3s, because I had those par 3s. Man, I made a lot of hole-in-ones this week and just did not get it done. Didn't. Got 3 albies on our last round, so I got that going for me. The hole that really hurt the most is this hole. I've made this hole, I mean, all week. I've been hammering it. There's one right there. I got it there in my odd account. I think I made it. Hell, I think I made it every single round, every single time. And all of these times where I didn't make it, I didn't hit perfect. Yeah. All right, there you have it. It could have been a lot worse, but it could have for sure been better. This would have been a great week just to be on your game and knocking them out of the park, but not going to happen. Wouldn't be prudent. Not this juncture. Let's see how many people are still left to play. I'm sure there's still a few. I'm sure. What is that? What are we looking for here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That'll be at 28 if they eagled out the rest. So they got to be at 24 or something at 14. Got somebody at 15 at 9. So there are a few people left to go, but I think that'll be I'm pretty sure I'll end up in the top 10, maybe 10th, but we want to be in the top 10 because we want to be able to get some berserkers. I think I've gone through about 15 berserkers this week, so it would be nice to get my 15 berserkers back. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, hit subscribe, hit the like button, ring the bell, do all that good stuff. I did notice that we have, of course, we have another freaking tournament coming up. And what is it? It is the Province Playoff Flyover. The Province Playoff Tournament at Lake Wabasha. And I played Lake Wabasha only in tournaments. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure if I have a lot of time and grade playing it in one-on-one, but I will go get some stuff done around the house, and I'll shoot a walkthrough today and post it for everybody. And I will see you next week. Have a great week. Stay safe, and I will see you next time.